Well, you can only preach through Daniel so often and talk about
Yeah,
not bowing down to the golden image when the umpire band strikes up,
yeah,
and then not apply it to your own life in the clinch moments. And so for me, I go, that is actually, and Doug Wilson, who I don't agree with a lot about a lot of things, right? He did say, he called same sex marriage same sex mirage. And that, to be honest, what he's saying there is that this is aping something, it's mirroring something, it's wanting an affirmation that this is also true about this relationship. Now, I
yeah,
get that people who, two same sex people can love each other. But is that God's framework for what marriage is? No.
yeah,
Because I think there's a creation issue and a natural law issue that it's leaning against. And I think there's a new creation issue that it's it's rejecting as well. And there's a Jesus picture. Now, not everyone who gets married is a Christian, but God gave marriage as a created order. And I think that partly because of where we're going in the West, in the post-Christian framework, it's a deconstruction of the created order. And
yeah,
but the problem with that is grandma's not sitting there going, if I go to my grandson's trans wedding, I'm pulling a brick out from the created order. She's going, I just want to love the guy so that in a month's time when they come round for lunch, we can look each other in the face. And all of the warriors, I suppose, on the conservative side of that say, no, this is a totalizing make or break deal, and grandma should
yeah.
never do it. Yet I think there'd be people in their own churches who are sitting there silently praying, please don't let this happen in my family because I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, well, exactly. But why can't grandma, like in your view, why can't grandma go and just sit quietly in the back? They know where she stands, and then hopefully, when they come back from their honeymoon in a month's time and have lunch with her, she's in a much better position to continue talking to them about the goodness of Jesus.
Well, some people are going to say that she can, right?
Mm.
And that won't be unfaithful to the gospel. I do think that it's the little things, right? It's always the little things. It's our little decisions about things. It's our little statements. And I don't think that there was any sense that grandma was approving of it, and grandson probably knew that. But
Yeah.
it just chips away at you, and I think that's probably more my issue. I don't think this is
Okay.
um, you know, the landing at on the beaches of Normandy. I think this is just a little chipping away that
Yeah.
our cultural moment has to go. No, no, no. We can love you beyond agreeing with you, and so
Yeah.
perhaps that's the issue. That in one sense, the courage of your own convictions, but not even your own convictions. In one sense, if God is big in your mind, other humans aren't too big, but they're not too small either, right? You don't despise them. They're just the right
Yeah.
size. They're human size, just like you, and they're going to make
Yeah.
mistakes, and you're going to
Yes.
make mistakes. But if you say, "Look, I love you, but I can't go to it because of my conviction about marriage,"
Yeah.
you can't uh, determine what their response is going to be. Uh, you're not in control of that. You're never in control of that. You can't control another person. If you've ever learned anything in marriage, it's that, right? You cannot
Yeah.
control another
Yeah.
person, and nor should you.
Yeah, and frankly, given the nature of the debate around marriage, and if grandma wants to continue to have lunches with her grandson, it's going to come up anyway, isn't it? So whether not going to the marriage isn't going to avoid the confrontation when it finally comes. I might just add one thing from my own perspective, Stephen, as well. I
Hmm.
obviously marry people as a minister, as I know you do, and one of the things I do when I'm using the prayer book preface is we say, Bruce and Sheila have come to this point which we believe God has come to, and they ask us to join them in this prayer, and we effectively serve as endorsers of what's going on
Yeah.
and witnesses of the promises made in order to hold them accountable too. So there's a sense in which, for me, conscience speaking, to go to a wedding is to by its very nature to endorse the thing that is there. And let's be going back to the previous conversation we had about victim oppressor and being liked and wanted, and you're hated if you disagree. You are seen as approving.